Hey guys, welcome to Soulfully Illumined, and this message for the Starseed. I don't know, this is just something that that I've been feeling and experiencing since the weekend. And it's interesting that I'm filming this now. It's right before the new moon that's coming up tomorrow. I don't know, over the weekend I was on YouTube, and I was scrolling through and I was looking at some videos regarding this big shift that's happening. And I try not to watch too much of that stuff just because I like to follow my own intuition and follow what feels right in the energies to me and not be skewed by what other people are saying. But I had looked at a video, and scrolling down below, I could see people's comments, and they were all like, well, when is this coming? I'm so tired. And, everyone keeps talking about this shift and, and so forth. And we've had to keep going and going and going. And I get it. It's an exhausting process. And it's kind of why they say, this path is not one for the faint of heart, because I'm sure there's been some trying times in the journey. But as I was reading through these messages, I just kind of connected with Spirit, and they started to show me something that, of course, take it if it resonates, but this is what was shown to me, which is, we are in the middle of change. This shift, this big shift that's happening or that's coming, it's already here. People are expecting to wake up one day and have this huge change or like some massive change, startling event that's going to change the course of history. And those may be the case. But what Spirit was showing me was that it's happening in every single step, every single moment, every single choice that we make. We are creating the shift. We are the shift. And where in the past we were going through this like big karmic clearing, clearing out the past wounds, all the old programming, all the stuff that resides in our body. And yes, to some degree, we're still somewhat doing that, but we're moving into this time with every step, we're creating something new. And this is why we came. This is why we came. We came to create this change, to create this turning point in history and the evolution of this planet, to really help it move forward and evolve. It was time. And so we didn't pick, well, most of us didn't pick a very glorious job, but it is glorious because we're down in the brunt of things, cleaning out the stuff and really building new foundations to which everything else is built upon. And that is glorious because everything else, everyone else will build upon what you have done, what you are doing. So in those moments where it really sucks and you're just like, seriously, something else I gotta go through, I want you to remember something, that this is a chance, this is an opportunity for you to walk through something and build it differently. Build it the way you want to build it. Build it the way that you want to walk through. And what do I mean by that? You may not be able to control the external circumstances, but you can control how you walk through it. Do you choose to walk through it with grace, with kindness and compassion? Because that's the world you want to create and live in? Or do you choose to do tit for tat or, more animosity, more dissonance. Choice is yours, right? So it's time that we're really owning our own power. And this colossal shift that is happening right now is, I feel like this whole, the ethers, the quantum, the energy is primed for change. It's a matter of us being focused, us being present, us being in the now moment to allow the energies to work its magic. And it is. It really is. And it starts in the small things and leads to the bigger things. That's a general statement, FYI, a general statement. So I want to pull just a couple of cards. So Spirit, what do you want them to know regarding this video, this message that you'd like to relay? We have, interesting, you've been popping up a lot for me, my friend. We have Archangel Phanuel, hope, optimism, new beginnings. And I have another deck here, and the card that's on top happens to say, own your power. Every storm brings a fresh new beginning. And bottom of that, it says, have faith. And so for some of you out there, have a good cry. Just an FYI, I had an Epsom salt bath last week. Oh my God, I started crying like I've never cried before. And it was such an important and freeing release. So if you feel like you got some pent up emotions, you might want to try that Epsom salt bath, because my gosh, since then I feel better. I feel a lot more lighter because I've been holding on to some stuff. But anyway, let's get back to your message here with hope, optimism, new beginnings. We're going to keep pulling though. What else wants to come through? We have Archangel Zadkiel, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. And one last card, wisdom of the mage, or Maggie, I don't know. Mental clarity. Bottom of the deck, we have teachers, which is interesting because they're all, you know, like people here. Learning a new path. So what I'm getting here is, first of all, like, we are as a collective super supported. As an individual, really supported as we're undergoing this new beginning. And yes, it is a new beginning. It's being asked that we really just go into self-acceptance. And again, with the creation of this new beginning, is foundationally, we want to know that we're good enough, that we are perfect in every way. That is the foundation. Self-love, unconditional love, and compassion for oneself, right? That is the foundational layer. And so with the card here, with the self-acceptance coming through and compassion, having faith that that's good enough, having faith that it's all working out for you, and to trust in your goodness. Because as you do, you're more in the present moment. You're not so much in the mind, and opens up the mind to greater mental clarity, because you're more in the receptive zone, more in the receptive mode. And as you stay in the receptive mode, the stories that you once told yourself, or the stories that we once had about certain people, certain experiences, no longer apply. It's a fresh slate. As I said, that timer said 10:10 completion. It's a black hole. and through this point of nothingness, where you can walk through and have unconditional love for yourself. It's easy to let go of the old and forgive the past, and open yourself to optimism for the future. Again, building the foundation. And you'd be surprised, excuse me, how quickly things are flowing in when you're in the right state, when you're in the rhythm, in the harmony. And there's wisdom that you hold and you carry within yourself that can easily come through. You know, it's been said that when we are born, we have everything we need. We have everything we need. It's getting back to that state of knowing that you have everything you need. And as you come back to that state of presence, there will be something that activates within you. And for some of you, it may be really palpable and evident, but for most of you, it'll just be innate. Just be innate. And it could be through a situation, a scenario. It could be just the way you walk in a room. But it's like that divine presence, that aspect of you, that spirit aspect of you comes forth. I'm being drawn to the yellow roses. And I know like the yellow roses symbolize friendship. But the message that I'm getting here is trusting in oneself and having that connection of friendship, that connection of, friendship with your heart, so that mind and that heart can really just connect and work together. As they do this, more and more so, it'll blend together and it'll work as one. And more mental clarity will be gained. I don't know. That's a message for somebody. So we're going to pull from this deck now, which is the self-care deck. All right, messages for the Starseed Spirit. What else do you want them to know? What do you want them to know? We have peace. We have opportunity. We have passion. Bottom of the deck, faith. Interesting, because that's the card that was on top earlier. Have faith. Faith grows when you act without knowing the end results. And that's that getting back to the present moment where the mind's no longer in the way and you're just acting on impulse, which is your divine response. Okay. But it's like self-love as the foundation for that. Because impulse can go either way, right? If you're predominantly in fear, your impulse will be that fear response. But if you're in that state of love and peace, your impulse will be more in alignment with your higher self or your higher truth. Now, I'm being drawn to peace. That's why peace is so important at this time. As I said, the energies are fertile, where we're able to manifest quicker if we're not in resistance, where there's a flow that's available to us if we're in alignment, if we're in that state of peace. Okay? But there's something here about the unknown and possibly not knowing which path to choose right now. But what makes you think you have to choose anything right now? If you make it to the top of the mountain, aren't you going to take a moment to enjoy the view? This is the time to enjoy the view. And as pieces of the puzzle or pieces of what still resides in your field come towards you, you then make your choices. But enjoy the view. Because as you do so and you stay in that state of peace and openness, hope, faith, maybe optimism, you're now magnetic. And from that position, opportunities will be drawn to you. You're no longer in a box. You're no longer constricted or in a protected state. You're now open to what the universe is matching you with. I'm hearing be open to the opportunities. The body, your body, will tell you or show you whether or not it's a match. So for example, you have an opportunity for a new job. Your whole body constricts. You tense up, your shoulders tighten up. Well, it might not be the best fit. Another opportunity comes in. Oh my gosh, you're happy. You have a smile on your face. Your heart lights up. Well, that could be an avenue that you want to just investigate. So pay attention to the body and also how that heart feels as you navigate the different opportunities coming to you. And if they're not, it's probably because now's the time for you to build roots. With that state of peace, with that state of faith, and that state of optimism. If you're on top of the mountain, what are you doing? And then we have passion. And that's under mental clarity and wisdom. And I feel like with this card, there's an electricity. Like I said, you're magnetic, right? And I just feel like there's some sort of electricity coming to you. Something that's going to ignite the passion within. And it stems from a version of your inner child that needs to light up, that wants to light up. That just might be for some of you. And with that, and it's just going to stretch you out and really make you feel good, like you're glowing. Don't let the mind talk you out of what your heart knows. And not everything, how do I say this? You'd be surprised at how opportunities that we may think just can't give us anything or have any sort of long-term prize. You'd be surprised at what actually does. I hope that made sense. Sometimes we think things aren't going to give us anything in return, and we won't get any sort of return on our investment in time or energy. You're going to be surprised. Follow your heart. This is a time of learning. This is a new path where it's wide open. And yes, there may be some things coming at us still, but if you're able to maintain or stay in the open space, meaning be really present in the moment so your energy is clear, You have opportunities to have new experiences within, for some of you, some of the old stuff. Have new experiences in that. For others of you, it's just new experiences. Regardless, this is a learning process. So enjoy the learning, enjoy the exploration of what's happening now, because you're creating something new. You're creating a new future for what's to come. All right? So guys, this is your reading. Messages for the Starseed, building, I don't know, building new roots, building new foundations, something like that. If you watched this to the very end, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was of value to you. Do give this video a like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And yeah, I look forward to reading for you guys again. Take care. Bye.